Hi guys, and welcome to this live. I am off today. Decided to take the day off. I'm heading to Iowa tomorrow, so I thought it was going to be nice to go ahead and take today off and spend the day just crafting, relaxing, being therapeutic. All right, so thanks for joining me. We're going to go ahead and go down to the stamping surface, and we're going to look at these two colors that I'm matching together today. All right, and let me see if I can add in my little all right, there I am. Let me make me small and put it over there. There we go. All right, looks good. All right, so how is your Friday? I'm trying to move this down a little bit. There we go. So how is your Friday? Yes, I know. I usually go live on Saturday. Well, usually. This is only like my fourth time, so there's no usual about it. Anyway, just deciding, going to get on really quick and do this. That way I don't feel like I have broken a habit, because I found, especially with going live on YouTube as well as doing my videos, that you got to keep up on it. If you skip one week, then you're more likely to skip another week and another week, and I'm just trying to keep up with it. Okay, so let's go ahead. I want to do something over here really quick. Just want to see something. See if I'll show up live over here. It'll show up eventually. It always does. All right, so let's talk about these two colors. Now, doesn't it sound like we're getting ready for Thanksgiving dinner? Pecan pie. I say pecan. I know some people say it's pecan. I say pecan pie. And cherry cobbler. Doesn't this sound like this would be at your table at Thanksgiving? Definitely the pecan pie. Not sure about the cherry cobbler. Maybe it's usually apple cobbler for me. I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead, and you know me, I don't have anything prepared. I never do. I fly by the seat of my pants. So I do have a sheet each of the pecan pie and the cherry cobbler here. I have my 4x12s ready to go. And then I have Berry Vanilla. Now I like the Berry Vanilla only because I feel like with the Berry Vanilla, it goes better with these colors. That's just me, I guess. Just me, but oh my goodness, I have, hang on. Just me, but let me turn that down. Hopefully it's not echoing. But I was hearing myself on my laptop, on my tablet, sorry. So anyway, Berry Vanilla. I think the white just is too stark against these colors. They're more muted, so I like using the vanilla. So let's see what we can get going today with this. So I'm going to be using autumn leaves, of course, because it just makes me feel like autumn colors. But then I'm also going to use this brick. I always say it wrong. Let me grab my catalog. I always say it wrong. I want to say it's time-worn brick, but it's not. It's exposed brick. Okay. Remember, all images in the catalog are copyright stamping up. Exposed brick. I didn't get this originally. I did go ahead and purchase it more recently. It wasn't on my first annual catalog order, my second, my third, etc., etc. All right, so maybe let me go ahead and let's cut off. You know what? Do I want to do? Thinking. I'm going to run this through the exposed brick. I'm going to run this Berry Vanilla through the exposed brick. Let me see. I like that you can kind of, I don't know if you can see, you can kind of see when you put the card there what you want it to look like. I think I want more of the branches. Sorry. Yes, I know I licked my fingers. People think that's gross. Do it all the time. More of the like branch look, and then the brick more throughout here. So let me go ahead, go over here. I'm going to put it through my Stamp and Cut and Emboss folder. Always make sure that that binding is leading. You always want the binding to go in first. Never this way, because you could crack it. All right, so let's go ahead, bring that up, and look at that. So pretty. I'm trying to see. I forget about the mirrored. All right, so I have to go this way and up. There we go. Can you see that? It's so pretty. So very pretty. So, and of course I grabbed the wrong, let me grab my red blending brush, and we're just going to go lightly across this just to hit some of those highlights. Let me go like this. Let me see. I like going on the lid because it's not as strong. I'm going to tap it off here though, and I'm just going to lightly go across. Just seeing a little bit of color on that. You know what? Do I have my brown brush? Let me see, because that's a smaller one. Let's see. Here. I use the smaller blending brushes on the neutrals because I just feel like I like having it a smaller brush because their colors are so strong. I just feel like I have more control with a smaller brush. Now I'm just adding a little bit of that, and I'm holding it up so you can see it. Sorry. Just a little bit of that pecan pie. So we just have some pretty color on there. All right, let's put this over to the side for a second. And now here comes the big, because I didn't cut it down beforehand. I don't like cutting. Okay, I am going to, sorry, I'm going underneath my computer here. My laptop is on a stand. And I know you can't get this anymore. Sorry. But I am going to go ahead and bring this down just a little bit. And the reason why I'm using this versus my trimmer is that I feel like when you use the trimmer, since you've already embossed this and it's gone through and you've broken down those fibers, I feel like, let me throw that over there, feel like you're more likely to rip your cardstock. All right, let's go back here to so this is 4 inches, so we're going to go 5 1/4. So we're making this just your normal layer. Put that back over here. All right, I like that so far. Then I think I want to go ahead and cut a 1.5 inch by 3 of the cherry cobbler. grab one of my, grab one of my strips here. Gotta cut that down just a little bit more. So we're gonna do that 1 1/4 by 2 3/4. I'm just going down 1/4 inch on all of those. All right, that looks nice. Put all those pieces over there for now. Let's get the pecan pie back out. Let me grab out my blocks, because I think I want to do this. Now this is at 8, you can see it says images at 80%. So I know my With a Grateful Heart is a little bit bigger. Go ahead and grab, I put all of this surface here and I still go off. Let me see, I'm wondering if I could make that, zoom it just a little bit. Oh, that's for that. Let's see. Yeah, that's a little too much. There we go. That's a little bit better. I'm still down there. All right. Now this is a photopolymer, so usually you want to have your piercing mat underneath there, but since this has some cushion to it, I think we'll be okay. I'm going to go down to the lower and off to the right. Because now I'm going to bring in this little tiny leaf here. I'm going to stick this up here because I need to clean it off. All right. Now I just set it down where, oh, it's right there. I do that a lot. All right. So what I want to do is I am going to color this with my Stampin' Write marker. Now remember, there's a difference between the Stampin' Write markers and the blends. The blends never go on your stamps. Okay? Your Stampin' Write markers can. So I am going to color all over this. It's going to be a little bit streaky. I'm actually going to pounce a little bit too. And I'm going to come in with this, and I'm kind of going to go around the edge. Yes, am I getting some cherry cobbler on this? Sure. Is it going to hurt my marker? No, because what I'm going to do afterwards is just go like this, and see how it started off red and now it's back to your brown? It self cleans it. Alright, so let's go like this, and then I just want to pounce a little bit in there. Again, we're going to color this till all that red is gone. And I'm just going to do a little bit, stamp it off once. And then I'm just going to come in here and get some little color on there. All right, probably a little bit more than I should have, but that's all right. Let me grab, you know what, I did my Finish It Friday video, and I know that these were low. Let me see if I have any left. All right, I will go ahead and grab my the actual detailed nozzle. So this is the green glue. It's just in a detail bottle. And what I'll do is I will go ahead and get a new one. into my stand over there so that I'm ready to go for any future videos. All right, I'm going to go I'm going to go a little off center. I'm not going to go straight on. Remember, after you've run your folder through an embossing folder, you probably need to use glue or your tear and tape after that, because you've broken down the fibers, and sometimes your Stampin' Seal will tend to rip the paper because your fibers are already broken down. Let's go there. Beautiful. Now we're going to go ahead. I already have cardstock, of course, cut and scored in all the colors off to my left, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this to my 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. All right, and I could reach up and get my phone folder, but you can always just use the side of a block too. It works. All right, let's do this. Try to get, when you go to the edge like that, you want to make sure that it is a very fine bead so it doesn't smush out from under your cardstock. So there we have that. And let me pull out, which one is it? This one. I had to remember which one is my, I have two different drawers. One is for all embellishments, and then one is for your minis, which these items, these are called the adhesive speckled dots, are in the mini. So I have all my embellishments in one drawer, and then my ribbon and embellishments from the mini in another drawer, and then of course I have my ribbon in a drawer all by itself that's from the annual catalog. So I like how this looks. I'm going to grab off some of these. All right, and now I have a mess over here on my side table, but that's the way it goes. So there is our first one. Let me bring it down here more and up. Using those two colors together. So very nice. All right, so then on this next one, I actually am going to cut out some leaves. So there's the leaf, and there's the veins. So this is the Autumn Leaves bundle. It's also in the mini catalog. It's from $1 Million Sales Achiever Amy Conders. Beautiful set. Love it. Love it, love it. I hope it carries over into next year's annual catalog, because I think just having it until December is not long enough. Okay, so let me go ahead, come over in my side drawer here, because I gotta grab out, oh my goodness, I have an adhesive drawer there. So here is the adhesive sheets. because I want to do that on an adhesive sheet. It's just way, you could use your fine tip glue to get in the veins, but for me it's just easier to do it on this. So let's go ahead and grab this. I'm going to cut this piece to be, let's see how wide this is, 2.5. So I'm going to cut this to be 2.5 this way. Again, you want to cut so your backing, you don't want to cut this way because then you don't have those little slits to help you pull off the backing. All right, so let's put that back in there. Throw that over there. All right, so then we're going to do this 2.5 by, how long is this? 6. All right, so we'll go to 6. We'll go 2.5. Look at all these fun little pieces we create. All right, so what you want to do first is, I like putting it, and this is why oh my gosh, my screen keeps going down. This is why I like using this, but this is also why I always have adhesive on my trimmer. So I'm peeling off the pieces that have the adhesive on them, and I'm butting them up against the edge here and up to the other piece there. And I'm just a little off, not that big of a deal. All right, so now I have that backing on there. I'm ready to run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So there, you see I'm going to be able to go right up to that and run it through. Let's see, I do have to get my other panels though. Oh my gosh, it's such a mess over here, guys. So there's that. Oh, I need my 2 plates. All right, because I have my 1. I don't have my plate 2, but I might be okay. We'll see. Nope, I gotta grab my plate 2. Because that would be just my luck that it doesn't cut, right? So let's go here. And usually I'd be using my magnetic tray, but we all know that Stampin' Up! Doesn't carry that anymore. They had issues with the quality. I never had issues with it. But I do notice now that it is peeling a little bit, so the magnetic part of it. So there could be some validity to that. All right. So now let's go ahead. You see it's stuck in there. You can just drop it if you want. Since this does have the extra layer on it, I am just going to poke it out. Poke it out and peel. All right. Then I'm not going to cut this one out of the cherry cobbler. That would just seem like, oh, what Roxy always does. Let's go ahead and grab, let me see here. Such a mess. Let me grab another couple layers of the vanilla. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a block and again, coloring on the block. I'm going to color the red, then I'm going to go down to the brown, and then a little more red. Again, on your blocks, use your Stampin' Write markers. They are water-based. Do not use your alcohol-based markers on there. All right, let's get out the big leaf. All right, and I'm going to use this as my stamp pad. Now the first one may not come through very good. You see I'm just going all over, so I'm mixing all of that pecan pie and cherry cobbler together. Let's see how this looks. First one usually doesn't come out that great, but we'll see. Yeah, not the greatest. So let's go ahead and go back in again. See how this one looks. And if not, then we'll try a different technique. That one's a little bit better. All right. We might have to color on this again and then just use this. Let me grab. Is this my, that's not my big one. I'm trying to find my cleaning pad that has, oh, my desk is such a mess. Such a mess. Oh, this is it. I saw the little green sticker and I'm like, that's not my cleaning pad. All right. Let's get some of this off. Might have to spritz it a little bit. So let's go ahead and we'll just go ahead and color on this. Another nice technique for fall leaves is the shaving cream technique. We've done the baby wipe technique before, but the shaving cream technique also works good. So we're getting this really colored up here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put just some pecan pie on there. And yes, now I've run it, get a few more of there. And we're just going to go ahead and pick a little bit of that up. It won't be a lot. Much better. This will be 7th generation. Okay, I do like that one. That one's looking good. Let's go ahead and cut it down. Grab a little piece of blue tape. You can use Post-it notes. You can use blue tape. You can use the sheets of cardstock that have the green glue that has already dried, so it's just tacky. Any of those will work. All right, what a messy desk. I have a lot more to clean off now. Put them all over here, so I know I have to clean those off. You know what? I'm going to put those over here on my magnetic tray so I don't lose them. Let's move this over here. I really don't even mind that one. That one's not too terribly bad either. All right. And now that I've done all this, where did my, it's stuck on something. Here it is. Let's go ahead now, put this over that. So we have that beautiful veining. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually not going to, I'm going to rip it off before the stem. I don't want the stem to stick down quite yet. So I'm going to be pulling these all off, but I'm going to be holding this so the stem doesn't come off. Well, that's pretty lucky. That's exactly where the cut was. I'm just lightly laying down. I'm not really pressing a lot. I'm getting those inside that vein. And once it gets to the point I like it, I will press it down. All right. So there you are with that. Let's go ahead and take this. So this is the same size. We're going to cut this down 1/4 of an inch. How long is this? This is 5 1/4, so we're going to go to 5 here. I'm going to set that to the side for just a second. I need to change the blade on that anyway. You can see how that's going to fade right in there. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut just 1/8 of an inch strips. Do I want to do an 1/8 or a 1/4? I think I want to do an 1/8. All right. Whereas I usually do embellishments in 3s. Anytime I'm doing pieces onto my actual card, I do even amounts 4s. So I want to kind of place this so that I have some red behind that stem, so it helps show up. So let's do there, and we'll trim that off at the very end. I want to do it right there. All right, so I am going to go ahead and put these 2 down right now. Again, this is where this precision tip comes in so handy, and I'm scraping it along this. That way it's the thinnest of beads. Oops, I'm going to get glue under there. I don't think it's straight. I need to line it up. I think that's fairly straight. I'm hoping I'm going on the same line. All right, so let's do this again. Scraping in on that so it's a very thin line. All right, let's bring this back like that. So now we're going to do 2 strips this way. So I'm going to end that right there. So we're going to do a strip that way. Okay, keeping an eye. Let me do it that like here so I know kind of where I want it. It's more glue than I need because it's only 4 1/4 across or 4 across, but I like doing that just so I know. Let me get my head in there really quick. And usually I would be using my silicone mat here. I'm not because I don't plan ahead like that. But that would always be good. Doing it on here, this will wipe up very easily too. All right, so now let's get back on that line and let's do right above that line. All right. Go ahead and snip this off. Ooh, there's glue on there. I usually don't use these scissors on things that have glue or adhesive on it, but I did this time. All right, so now let's go ahead, we'll peel that off, put a little more glue on here. I don't know if I have any embellishments that have cherry cobbler. I don't like the fact that I got a little bit of glue on there. After it dries, you can always take an eraser and it'll usually come off if it's dry. All right, it's not quite dry. All right, I'm going to put this against, I'm thinking if I go against, I want to see how this looks. I'm thinking if I go against that and then against the red, that'll look good. I know I don't have a greeting on yet. It'll be okay. A little crooked. All right. Grab, oh my gosh. Where did I put my cutter? Right here. Was this snake? It would have bit me. All right, this one I'm going to go 4 1/4 by 11. Score at 5 1/2. Again, I'll use a block. So very pretty. So very pretty. Let me grab one of these. I think I want to do let's see. Here's the I'm thankful. Oops, I'm off. It gives me all this space and I'm still going to mess it up more. So I'm thankful for all you do. Better use the bigger block. Pick that up. Do that in the cherry cobbler. go ahead. This, I think, instead of punching it out with anything, I'm just going to trim it down. So let's get that. So and since I really don't want to layer too much more, I think it's going to get way too busy, I'm just going to go ahead, press this into the stamp pad to give it that little bit of an edge. I'm going to bend it a little bit just so it gets a little bit darker. Go ahead, put it upside down, rub with a block so we get some of that off of the edge. Let's set this down first. Yep, everything just went on the floor. All right, make sure I have it so I have the top side up. Let's see, what all did I knock on the floor? Marker. Did the glue bottle? The glue bottle might be down there. Very careful where I roll. Oh, here it is. That would be horrible. And then I think I'm going to use my black dimensionals. Just because it's nature, and I seem to do that a lot. Do I want it there? There. Oh, sorry. I'm off the screen again. I don't know if I like it up there. I think I like it down here a little bit more. So we'll press that down. And then again, let's grab even more of those fabulous, fabulous dots. You know what though? I think I'm going to use this color. It's not the same. And then I'll do a brown on here. All right. These need to be clean. I'll put them over here for now. Let me clean up some of this area so we can show you what we did. Under there for now. Get that off. All right, so there we are. Examples showing pecan pie and cherry cobbler. Thanks for joining me for this live. Give me a thumbs up. If you're watching this after the live, feel free to leave a comment. I will always read the comments and get back to you. Any questions, reach out to me. I'm always available. Thanks again. Have a great Friday. Have a safe weekend. And the next time I'll be on, I have 2 pre-recorded episodes for Saturday and Sunday featuring the Modern Garden set. After that, I'll be back on Wednesday for Watch It Wednesday. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a fabulous day. Take care and be safe.